Hi, dears. According to the historical Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted at the UN General Assembly in 1948, declared that everyone has the right to education. Article 26 in the declaration stated that education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. An elementary education shall be compulsory, and that education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedom. The idea that education must result in the full development of human personality continued to be reflected in the influential report such as that entitled Learning the Treasure Within. The International Commission on Education for the 21st Century, chaired by Jacques Delors, submitted to UNESCO in 1996. So, in that international commission, they have discussed about certain tensions. That is, tension between the global and the local, tension between the universal and individual, tension between the traditional and modernity, tension between the long-term and short-term consideration, tension between the need for competition and the concern for equality of opportunity, tension between the extraordinary expansion of knowledge and human beings' capacity to assimilate it. So the knowledge is expanding, but what is the capacity of the human being? How much a human being can get the knowledge, so accumulate the knowledge. So that is a great tension, assimilate how much human being can assimilate those knowledge, which today it is generating in a large quantity. The tension between spiritual and material. So in order to overcome this, the commission advocated 4 types of learning. We'll talk about the 4 types of learning. The commission, what is this commission? Is UNESCO. Okay. The commission advocated 4 types of learning. Okay, the commission advocated 4 types of learning, which are important in the person's life, and these 4 types are popularly known as 4 pillars of education. What are the 4 pillars of education? The first one is learning to know, that is, what to know, to acquire the instruments of understanding. Second is what? Learning to do. Means to do something, that is creativity, you can say. To act, creatively on one's environment. Okay, then the third one is learning to live together. Okay, that is very important, because in this world we have to live, we are social animals, so we have to live together. So to participate and cooperate with others, so we have to participate and cooperate with other people in all human activities. It may be anything. So we are social animals. So we have to live together. Next is we have to be learning to be. In Tamil, we know about the Tirukural. Karka kasadu ara karka katravai nirka adarku taga. This means we have to learn first. After learning, we have to live according to the whatever we have learned. So an essential progression which proceeds from the previous three. Means learning to be means whatever we have learned, we have to live according to our learning. So your first step is learning. Karka. How you should learn? Kasadu ara karka. Without any error. We have to learn the correct things. Katravai nirka. Whatever you have learned, nirka adarku taga. So you have to live according to whatever you have learned. The first one is learning to know. What is learning to know? Learning to know has mainly two dimensions. Okay, these are the means and an ends in the life. So it is having two dimensions. This is the means how we are going to live, and this is the end of our life. As a means, it helps an individual to understand his environment. What are the two things we have discussed? One is means. Okay, means and ends of life. What is means of life? Means of life is nothing but it helps an individual to understand his or her environment. To understand his or her okay, we have to understand our environment so that we can live with dignity, or we will get occupational skills and communication, etc. And we can understand about forecasting environment, what is going on, and knowing and discovering ability, so many other things, scientific method and whatever you are going to do, everything will be added to that. The second major aspect of this learning is that learning should be exposed to both general education, then learning as an end. Means we have seen, no, we will see the ends. Okay, what is the learning to understand? That is means learn to understand. You should understand your environment. Foster understanding. For this we can say foster understanding. Knowing and discovering the ability of an individual. Okay, that is in this context it is essential that children acquire the knowledge of scientific method and becomes friends of science. Means that is an end, means you should know, and you should know how to discover the things. Okay, and your ability means you are going to do all the scientific method to find something new, we can say. This is the first one we can say about the learning to know. First dimension, whatever we can say. The second major dimension we can talk about is the learning is that learners should be exposed to both general education as well as specialized knowledge. So we should expose to general education and second is nothing but the specialized education. What is our general education? Okay, you are now doing the PhD, right? Right? Yes. So what is your special education? Okay, your special education is your topic. Whatever your topic, you are going to deal in your PhD. Right? What is your general education? What you are learning now is nothing but the general education. In the school, you can say general education means for a student maybe opting for example, mathematics major. So there are so many general education he should learn English language and literature. That is English or any other Indian language and social science. All these are general education. Along with this, one specialized topic also child should learn. So they are. This is very important. Next is, according to the commission, learning to know presupposes learning to learn. So power of concentration, memory, and thought. We can say so many things we can add for this learning to know. Now learning to do. What is learning to do? So after acquiring knowledge, now we have learning to know means we have acquired some knowledge. After we acquire the knowledge, it is important that knowledge should be put into practice. Okay. After we acquire knowledge, it should be put into practice. Right? Although this concept is not new to the field of education, Commission has hinted at how education can be adapted to future work plan when it is not possible to foresee how exactly that work will evolve. That is, it is nothing but a skill. The Commission advocates a shift from the skill of the worker to his personal competence, okay, which has been inevitable due to the changed nature of production process. Like here only we are talking about the physical task, okay, or replaced by more intellectual, more mental work such as controlling, maintaining, monitoring machines, and by work of design, study, organization. As machines themselves become more intelligent and the physical labor required for work diminishes. So hence the ability to communicate, work with others, manage and resolve conflict must be developed among the learners. So here what we are thinking about learning to do. So what is learning to do? Means whatever we have learned, we have to put into practice. Whatever means only physical task is not, we are not talking about only the physical task. It is, we are talking about the intellectual and something more of mental. All this is we are discussing. That is, if something is there, we have to control, maintain and monitor. For example, machines. And then hence the ability to communicate, work with others. So we should be in a position to communicate and we have to work with others, and also there is some conflict and we have to resolve those conflict. So these are the things is discussed in learning to do. Then learning to live together. This is very important skill. So although we know if we are unable to be a